Hello friends, in this video I will show you how you can create this kind of animations that you are seeing on the screen right now. So these rotating circles, how you can do these kinds of animations using Adobe After Effects. So let's get started. I'm gonna create a new composition now. So go to the composition and new composition. Click OK. And as you can see, there is nothing in this composition. This is completely blank composition. So let us follow the steps. So all the steps that I'm gonna take to create this animation are listed in this particular website. So you can follow this link, so softworks.org/tutorials Adobe After Effects/animations. And once you are there on this page, you can find these steps over here, rotating circle animations. So I'm gonna start with the circle shape. So you have to add the circle shape in the beginning. So let's go ahead and add the circle shape. So this is the circle shape. So basically you have to use the shift key to create the circle shape like this. Once the circle shape is created, what you have to do is get it into the center, and for that what you have to do is you have to use the align panel and use these buttons to get it at the center. You can also center this anchor point, and for that you can go here in the layer and then transform and center anchor point in the layer content. So that way that anchor point will be at the center. So once this is done, what you have to do is we have to add the trim paths, and for that you have to go to contents in this particular timeline, and then you have to click on add. After that you have to click on trim paths. Once you click on that, just expand this thing. Once it is expanded, what you have to do is you have to add the keyframes for the start and end properties, and we are going to go from 100% to 0%. So start and end currently sitting at the 100 and 100. So we are going to add the keyframes for the start property. So as you can see, the keyframe is added over here. Next thing is we have to add the keyframe for the end, but before that we have to take it a little bit further, this marker, and then we have to click on this end. So you can see that two keyframes have been added, and both are at the 100% at this point of time. The next thing that we want to do is we want to go to the 2 seconds down in the timeline and then add another keyframe for the start. This time around make it 0 like this, and same way for the end as well. So we're going to make it 0. So now if you play this is how it's going to look like. See? Okay, so first animation is already there. Next thing that you want to do is these edges that you see here, they are very sharp, so you want to round it, and for that you have to go to the shape ellipse 1 and then click on stroke. Here there is one property called as line cap, so here you have to select round cap, and after that what happens is that stroke looks really smooth, the edges look very smooth. And we can also add this effect called as ease in, and for that you can press F9 key, or you can right click and then go to keyframe assistant and click on easy ease. Okay. So that thing is done. Let us play it again. So this is how it is gonna look like. Okay, now next thing that we want to do is we want to have like 3 circles like this, and to do that what we have to do is we have to copy this layer. So if I go to the steps, we have done this step, then added trim paths. This step is also done, added round caps for the stroke line, This is also done. Center the anchor point, we have also done this already. Copy layer and scale it up with a different color. So what we are going to do now is we are going to copy the layer and then scale it up. So for that I will just collapse this. Now copy layer, we have to just use the Ctrl C or Command C on Windows and then Ctrl V. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. As you can see, the second layer is created. Now this is the exact same copy. Now what we want to do is we want to scale this one, and to scale this what we have to do is we have to use this select tool, and then remember that we have selected shape layer 2. I'm just gonna click on this square and then drag it outwards, and make sure that you press the shift key. Like this. Okay, make sure you press the shift key, because if you don't press the shift key then it will not drag in a circular fashion. Okay, this second layer is created. Now what we want to do is we want to rotate this, because if you play it now, what will happen is that both these lines will play at the same time, which we don't want. This is how it is looking like. What we want to do is we want to start these lines at different position or in the timeline. So what we want to do is we want to rotate this little bit, and for the rotating this particular outer layer we can click on this tool called as rotation tool, and once that is selected we can rotate it now. So like this you can rotate it. Now if you play it, this is how it is going to look like. So based upon your requirement you can rotate as you like. Okay, so second thing is also done. Just one thing that you can do here is you can change the color of these lines, and to change the color what you can do is you can go to the stroke, and from here you can choose the color. So let us select a different color this time around, say this one. As you can see, the color is also changed like this. Now we want to get another lines that should be running in a circular fashion, and for that we are going to copy this once again. So I'm just gonna do Ctrl C and Ctrl V. So another layer is created. Now next thing that we want to do is we want to scale it down, and to do that we have to use this select tool out of the door, and then click on this one square and then press the shift key, and as you can see the layer is been scaled down. So let me show you 3 layers running at the same time. So as you can see, 3 layers have been running at the same time. Just one thing that I want to improvise here is that the color I want to change for this layer, and for that go here and then change the color from here like this. So you can see that all these lines are rotating in a same direction. So if you want to change the direction of one of the lines, what you can do is you can go to the layer and then go to the trim paths, and then what you have to do is you have to select all the keyframes, and then right click on this keyframe, one of the keyframes, go to keyframe assistant, and then click on time reverse keyframes. So now if you run, see what happens. You can see one of the line is rotating in other direction. So that is possible because we have reversed that keyframes. That's it. It is such a simple process, or the steps that you need to take to make these kinds of animations in After Effects. Thanks for watching.